For a split second, I'd be on my own.
No, I was just getting set up because it was really dark in here. Oh no, is that my internet or Hannah's? I have no idea. Oh no. Oh, there we are.
Here's what I heard. I was getting set up because, and then nothing. You kind of pulled a weird face, except I know it wasn't you. I know it was me. And then it was the swirly room of death. So.
Oh no, what's happening to your internet? You're right next to the internet. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but I was on the wrong internet. I'm on the right internet now. So it'll take a second, but it should be all right.
Oh, so I was making a really weird face and everyone could see me because I wasn't convinced it wasn't me.
No, it was me. It was me.
I was just like,
I was just sat here just like, yeah, it's me. Like, immediately it's me.
Yeah,
hello,
I was just
hello.
sorry that I'm late.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, I'm so glad these are happening. These are happening because Lizzie and I were looking for sprints, and then we were like, let's just host them ourselves. We need to get some stuff done. Hello. So, Lizzie, how will you be spending these sprints?
Being a leech, as my name suggests. No, that's not. That's I'm gonna read Leech because I haven't read very much this month, and I haven't read very much last month, and I got this as a new release, so I want to read it, and it's really, really good. I read quite a little bit on Cash's sprints yesterday, so I'd like to get a fair way more into it because I didn't read that much yesterday, which is so unlike me. So yeah.
That isn't a lot, actually, if you started it yesterday. That is not like you.
I read 66 pages, and you know what? It isn't the book because I'm enjoying this book a lot. It was just me and the fact that my cat decided to be an absolute demon and make it as difficult as possible for me to read by lying across here. And because I am a small human, he basically took up my entire body, and I'm not very strong either, and my arm got very tired very quickly holding up a hardback.
Very tired.
To answer your
question, thriller.
It is a sci-fi horror. It's definitely more on the horror side, but there is like doctors and surgery stuff mentioned, and it's set in the future, which was really difficult to figure out. Because in the beginning, I was like, I can't tell what time period we're in. And then I realized that was very deliberate. So I'm like, what happened to the world? Like, what happened? And like, now there's this guy who has got something wrong with his heart, but they don't have enough like plastic. Like, can you imagine a world where there's no more plastic?
No,
like, that's
I can't imagine that.
And so he's like, you're gonna have to scavenge. And then they talk about this old nuclear power plant, and I'm like, ooh, what happened? What fucking happened? So I'm excited to get more into it.
Interesting. Adds to wish list is the bit I was trying to click on. Hello. Cooking my dinner, and then I'll be reading Shadow of Night. Nice. Also adds to wish list.
Yes, do it. It's worth
That's
it.
fair. I mean, it sounds gruesome, but it sounds really good.
Yeah, there is one very gruesome part, which kind of made me go, oh. But I enjoyed it a lot. And I was trying to explain yesterday that I am a massive wimp when it comes to horror films, but horror books I have no problem with.
Did I pick Leech for you, or did you pick Leech?
I picked Leech. This was the one, because you're asking about new releases that I'd seen if I wanted one. Because is it November? It's hardback.
Why is it hardbacks in November?
Oh God, you're testing my knowledge now. Is it because by November? Oh, I don't fucking know. Is it about the amount of time you subscribed?
Nope. For context, it's a Waypoint book subscription thing. Lizzie is trying to remember why in November, because basically you get books every month, but they're always paperbacks, except for November when they are hardbacks, and Lizzie cannot remember why. So
Wait, is it was it the first time you started doing subscription boxes and it's like a celebration?
No, I started subscription boxes in a Feb.
I don't remember, Hannah.
I did start Waypoint in November though. It's Waypoint's
Oh.
birthday.
It's Waypoint's birthday. Okay, I was close. I was close with something.
You weren't, but okay.
I wasn't. Okay, I don't get any props. That's fine. But this was one of the ones because we were going through a bunch of horror because I'm in like a really horror era at the moment. I'm really enjoying everything I'm reading. And this one came up, and the cover looks like this. Like, that was what immediately drew me in. And then I read the synopsis and I was like, yep, here for it.
Love that. I love that. I really need to try some Anna Huang because I've seen this everywhere and I want to try it. I'm going to be starting Here's by Penelope Bloom. Nice. Hello, hello. I'm supposed to be starting The Hobbit for a buddy read, but I'm not in the mood for it. So I'm going to read Pet and Kingdom of the Cursed. Okay, those are 3 very different books. Those 3 could not be more different.
I was going to be really offended for putting The Hobbit down, but you know what? Like for Pet, I don't know about Kingdom of the Cursed. I've not read it. I feel like I would actively hate it. But Pet is a good choice. So
Pet's a brutal choice though. Like it's not a gentle read. The Hobbit is gentle.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to kind of like test you on a Thursday evening, like I'm here for that. But also The Hobbit is just like they get into trouble and shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Right, we need more horror recs. Only read Grady Hendrix. I am not a massive fan of Grady Hendrix, mainly because whilst their concepts are really cool, their books are kind of problematic. They're kind of filled with racism and misogyny and stuff. And I'm not really here for that. So I would absolutely recommend Stephen Graham Jones is my go-to every time. And I've just finished the second Clown in a Cornfield book, which is incredible. So I would absolutely recommend both of those, just off the top of my head. Probably my 2 favorite horror authors. But Lizzie's the one with the extensive backlist of horror.
Any of this shelf, which you definitely can't see because the lighting in my room is really shit, but anything by Christina Henry, although as always with any horror thriller, look into content warnings because they don't hold back. But also Mina and the Undead, that's a really nice starter.
That's a gentle one. Yeah,
that's a nice starter, gentle. There's still some horror elements, but it's very much a girl who's really loves vampires and goes to New Orleans and creepy stuff happens. But it's a lot of fun. Or also one that's really spooky is Rules for Vanishing, and I can't remember who the author is.
Haven't you literally got it next to you?
No, I think. Well, it's down there. Wait,
I told you. I know your shelves better than you do.
This one.
By Kate Alice Marshall.
And it's a ghost story, and it's about like disappearing people and like this path in the woods that appears at certain times of the year. So this is an absolutely fantastic one. It really, really spooked me out. It was gross. But yeah, I didn't get into like thrillers until I met Hannah. So it's Hannah's fault that I'm into like a lot more thrillers than I used to be.
Welcome.
But yeah, those are the ones that really come to mind. And also, like, as Hannah said, Stephen Graham Jones is fantastic. And Clown in a Cornfield was one of my favorites. So.
Nice. You're welcome. Loved Pet. So don't get me wrong. Pet is a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. But it's so fucking sad. It's so sad.
I loved Pet. And I also really enjoyed Bitter. So I liked both of them a lot. I thought they were really great middle grades.
That's fair. I don't want to read The Hobbit right now. I know nothing about it. Well, then I'd say you've come to the right place. You kind of have, because Lizzie knows the most, but you're in the wrong place because you're on my channel, not hers. Lizzie wrote her entire dissertation on Tolkien and will absolutely spend hours explaining to you why The Hobbit is lovely. But we don't have time for that. So I will just say...
A hot take, I only gave The Hobbit 4 stars.
That's not a hot take. How's that a hot take?
Because it's me.
You like Tolkien. You don't have to like every single book of theirs to be a 5 stars.
I mean...
That's not how that works.
Okay.
What did you give The Silmarillion?
Oh, fuck God. About 3 stars because
exactly. But you're still a Tolkien nerd. That's fine.
It's a textbook.
Yeah. And The Hobbit is a kid's book. It's a very easy read. It's very basic. You like the hard-going Tolkien epicness of Lord of the Rings, and that's fine. That's not a hot take. That's tepid at best.
Well, you know, maybe you won't get burnt, but also it's pretty warm.
I feel like that's what I just said, but okay. You're like, oh, she's on a bullshit already. I literally finished the second one yesterday. Loved it. So good. So good. And yeah, I would say if you're going into Stephen Graham Jones blind, The Last Final Girl is okay, but don't do it as an audiobook. It's not his best. Only Good Indians is brutal, but My Heart is a Chainsaw is top tier horror. So save that one for last. And also, it's going to be a trilogy, and the second book is out in 3 months.
I will just say, if you're reading My Heart is a Chainsaw as an audiobook, you may have to listen to the ending at least 3 times, because I didn't understand what was going on at the end. I loved it. It was great. And you can tell he loves the genre of horror and he knows what he's talking about. But my brain could not compute what was happening at the end. So I want to read it physically to figure out if that was just the audiobook or if it's the book.
I think that was you, because I think it was fine. I did it as an audiobook and I knew what was going on. Oh, T. Kingfisher. Yeah, so I just saw What Moves the Dead. We also enjoyed The Hollow Places. The Hollow Places was so good. So
The Hollow Places was so creepy.
My copy of What Moves the Dead is arriving tomorrow, and I'm very excited about it. I love that. It was okay. It was fine. It's a book that exists. I really enjoyed that. The Mindfuck series also came to mind, but I've only read the first. Already intrigued. Gonna have to look that one up. The Mindfuck series.
Am I thinking of the Smut series? I'm pretty sure I've had people talking about this.
Ooh, if it is it's a romance, dark thriller, mystery, adult crime, contemporary horror, by the looks of things. I'm gonna have to read it because it looks wild, but I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it. I mean, the fact that in the trigger warnings it's sexual abuse and stuff, not entirely sure this is gonna be my bag, but according to the reviews, it's like Dexter and Criminal Minds added romance.
Ooh.
Which is, wild.
I mean, people probably will enjoy it. I'm just like, I've heard so many things about it. The people I know who talk about it, I'm like, I don't like most of the books that you read.
That's fair.
And if it's hardcore smart, I'm probably not going to enjoy it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Right, I'm going to put us into a sprint. I'm only doing half an hour to begin with, but we are still using the old leaves are rustling because why not? But I want to do half an hour first. One, because my phone is downstairs. And how am I going to track the writing that I've done if I haven't got it on my phone? Rude. And two, because I don't want to do 45-minute sprints today. That sounds like too much. It's too much for a Thursday evening. So we're going to do them in half-hour chunks.
Fair enough.
Cool with you? Yeah? Sweet. Yeah. Okay. In which case, I will see you in half an hour. You there, Lizzie?
No, I'm dead.
Oh. Rest in peace. You too. How'd you get on?
I did 30 pages.
Okay.
I also got distracted because Blue came and sat at my door. And then was itching himself, so he was kind of knocking on my door, which was really weird. So I then used some of that like spray stuff that I bought. He hated that. He's now hiding under the bed from me. So roaring success.
Roaring success. All of the successes.
I only have one more that I need to do on him, which is the itchy skin. But I'm like lulling him into a false sense of security, where I won't do it as soon as he comes out, but I will do it.
Nice.
But the new like the flea stuff, because it's like meant to be used daily as like a preventative thing.
Yeah.
It smells really nice.
That's
good. I was spraying it and I was like, oh, actually, this smells delicious.
I mean, it makes sense to make it smell nice because then we'd spray it more.
Yeah, and it's all like natural ingredients, so it doesn't matter if they lick it off themselves because it's not going to do anything. Like, that's the whole point. They said, like, obviously we don't want them to lick it off, but like it's not going to do anything to them if they do.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
So
that's fair enough. Well, I went and got my phone. I then edited 2,000 words. That's not 2,000 pages. Don't get excited. And then I remembered that I have boxes I need to pack because I need to arrange for them to be picked up tomorrow. So I will be spending the next sprint packing boxes.
Woo, woo, woo.
Except the scales that I need to use are currently under my laptop. So love that for me. But I'm probably going to put my audiobook on whilst I do it because I was listening to the Thursday Murder Club book 3, which is The Bullet That Missed, earlier. So I'll probably pick that up again because I think I need to read another 40 pages of that to reach my target for today. So
let's not talk about Richard Osman right now, Hannah, because I'm still triggered.
Imagine how I feel. Anyway, hello and welcome. I saw that you subscribed to my channel. Thank you. Cool.
Just as an aside, nothing wrong with Richard Osman. Like, he's fine. Like, he's not done anything problematic. But National Book Tokens have done their whole hidden book thing. And there's a clue that is literally... It was so annoyingly difficult. And Richard Osman is the clue, and it really, really bothered me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was not best pleased with it, but I'm genuinely amazed that you managed to say that without giving away spoilers, because I wouldn't have been able to. Hello and welcome. Actually, one of the boxes I need to pack is for you, so congrats.
Also, you've only done one, Tamar, so you're not coming in at the end. You're fine.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I only posted it like here on TikTok, Twitter, and Discord. So you'd have seen it eventually. Well done, you 46 pages. I showered, got a small massage from my mum because I'm in terrible pain. I hate that for you. I hate that you're in pain, and I hope you feel better very soon.
That message was a bit of a wild ride because I was like, oh, that sounds really nice. And then I was like, oh, it just got worse.
Yeah. And then it just kind of like nosedived. Yeah. You can see there was a moment where I was like, oh. Like, yeah, it took a turn. Hello. God bless your souls. Hello. 17 pages of pet. Nicely done. What genre are you writing, Hannah? I am writing a supernatural thriller. So it is a kind of murder mystery, lots of blood, lots of gore, but with also werewolves, because why not? Yeah, that thing was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I gave up. I'm not British anyways. Fair. As a thriller lover, I'm ashamed I didn't get this. To be fair, his books aren't thrillers. They're cozy mysteries at best.
But to be fair, the clue was him, right? And he just happened to be in front of a crime bookcase. So it wasn't until Twitter informed me that it was a crime writer.
Well, to be fair, he is in front of the crime section, so...
Yeah, I didn't get that was part of the clue because it didn't come up as part of the clue. And I put in the wrong book I thought it was. I put in the Thursday Murder Club. I didn't say anything out loud because Hannah and I weren't helping each other at this point. I don't think.
No, we
And
weren't.
then-
At this point, we were like, okay, so the first 20 minutes, we were just heads down, getting it done. Then Lizzie started huffing, and there was one where I was like, I can't work out what this one is. Because one of them, it was annoying how obvious it should have been. So I got that one, and then Lizzie laughed because she'd already got it like 10 minutes earlier. And then we started like coaching each other through it. And we had the same 7 that we couldn't do. And then we started like narrowing them down. And that was fine. But it was the final 3 that took us like a full hour to get through. And we were like looking up clues on Twitter. We were like in the Discord chatting about it. We were talking about it with each other, like having a right old go. And then when we worked it out, I was so angry.
It was so angry. Like, whoever made up that clue, though, they should be proud of themselves because holy shit.
Yeah, genius. Stuff my face with food so I can read next. Love that for you. In the next sprint, I'm going to go do dishes. Well, be gentle with yourself. You're not feeling great. Be gentle. Book of the month before Monday. Nice. That sounds incredible. I'm hoping that you're talking about my book because I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be a good time. Do you have a bathtub? Bath might help. Yeah, that's fair. Do you ever do that? Do you ever go, oh, I should have had a bath because that feel really nice, but also I can't wash my hair in the bath. So a bath has to be an event for me because I'm going to have to shower anyway to wash my hair.
Well, a bath is like, do I want to use a bath bomb today? Yes or no? Or I'll just shower. Like if I want a bath bomb, then I'll bath.
That's what I'm saying is it has to be an event, right? Because I want to use a bath bomb. I want to have candles. I want to have snacks. I want to have an audio book. I want to be, shaving myself top to bottom, right? It's an event. But if I shower, I actually have clean hair at the end. If I have a bath, I can't clean my hair because it's too long. And also, I don't know if you get this as well, but when the steam rises and it's all soapy, it clings to my hair like nobody's business. So even if I did wash my hair, it would then go funny anyway because it's been in the bath.
See, the problem I have is genuinely that if I have a bath bomb, I can't wash my hair anyway because then you come out with this like weird film.
That's what I'm saying. Is it all kind of like, it all goes up. Anyway. Yay. Maybe one tomorrow. Or I like a hot bath, but I can also so I have the same thing where my mum has always had really hot baths. That's her thing. She loves a hot bath. So when she used to like run a bath for us as kids, it would be too hot. So now I don't really like having like a room temperature bath. I like having a hot bath. But then I get too sweaty and I'm like, this is already too much. And within like half an hour, I want to be out of there. I can't do the whole really relax for a long period of time. There's a guy. Okay, so my mum had some friends come and stay 3 months ago. And they were staying in like this really nice place in Wales and like on like a little group holiday thing. And the husband of her friend that was there spent 3 hours in the bath. And basically, he gets in when it's warm, he gets in when it's hot, and then he just stays in there for 3 hours and just like reads in the bath. And the bath goes cold, and he just stays in it like a sociopath. Who does that?
Absolutely.
Once it's cold, could never be me. Disgusting.
I am a scalding bath person. I love it to be really, really, really hot. And I will stay in it for about 25 minutes and then I get out.
That's normal. That's valid. I'm here for all of that.
It's like whenever Celine goes to have a bath, our friend Celine, she always sits in there for a long time and I'm like, how?
Yeah, understandably. Before bed, it's in 2 hours. I bathe and then wash my hair in the shower, wasting water, but I live with my dad, so that's, fair enough. I'm too tall for the bath. So this is the other thing. We've got a really nice bath. Now, Lizzie and we are plus size gals. At my mom's house, it is a skinny person bath. And I have to sit there and just be kind of like, this is wonderful. I love being partially covered by water. Whereas now your girl can submerge and it's a great time.
I've never had a problem where I'm too tall for something. I'm very short. But being wider, some baths, I'm like, this is not working. And so like I got out of the habit of having a bath because there was only skinny people baths, and it just wasn't comfy. But this bath is a claw-footed iron tub, like it is amazing.
It is swanky, to be fair. It leaks, but it's very swanky.
We don't talk about the leak, Hannah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no, it doesn't leak anymore. We got the plumber to fix it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fine now. See in a while. Yeah, fair enough. 1.5. I can't. Half hour later. To be fair, I know that's about half an hour because I used to watch Netflix in the bath. And I think I was like watching like an episode of Vampire Diaries, which is like 40 minutes. And I got halfway through and was like, I'm done with Vampire Diaries and with this bath. That's it. I'm good. Rhubarb crumble sounds delicious. We don't have any pudding, Lizzie. We don't have any pudding.
Well, whose fault is that? You go shopping.
You're right. I do the shopping. It is my fault.
But Tamar, are you having that with like ice cream, cream, or my personal favorite, custard?
Who has rhubarb crumble with cream? Who's having it with cream?
My mother. I don't know.
Your mother is so bizarre. You have a crumble, you have it with custard. That's it. Those are your options.
Well, I mean, ice cream is also a good shout. Hot and cold. Love that.
You like it hot and cold?
Yeah, hot, then you're cold.
There it is. I was like, I'm going to wait. If I wait long enough, Lizzie will burst into song. So there you go. Skinny people buzz is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It 100% is. It really upset me when I tried to get into a bath at one of my old houses, and I was like, I am halfway in this bath, and I'm going to overfill it if I add any more water.
See, it's what makes me feel like baths are for children, not adults. But it's when you go into a shower and the shower is for skinny people, then it feels fatphobic. Immediately fatphobic.
The other thing about skinny people baths, though, is when half of the water goes cold because you're trapping the warm water in front of you. That is the worst thing.
My favorite thing is like when you're lying there and you then like you need to sit up to like reach for something and you create a tsunami as like all the water floods behind you. And my favorite thing is like when you've got all the bubbles and stuff from your Lush bath bomb or whatever, not sponsored but would love to be. Imagine like all those bubbles, they just kind of come rushing up and just, like, suddenly you're Santa and you're just covered in white, and then it just kind of like rushes and then you just hit a little splosh as it goes over the sides. Amazing. But yeah, genuinely, I've done it before where I was like reaching for something and I like rolled over just to the side, didn't even get up fully, just kind of like turned to the side. And as I did, all the warm water that was behind me just shoo, and you can feel it, right? Because hot stuff moves, cold stuff doesn't. So you don't notice that the heat of your body is seeking into the cold water. You don't notice it until the warm water that you were enjoying rushes away.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how mad I was about this until I started talking about it.
But we're lucky because we have plus size tub.
We do have plus size tub. Not only that, but we also have the funds to pay our own bills, so we can top up the warm water as and when desired.
Yeah, and our water bill doesn't, it's a fixed price, so
fixed thing. Yeah. Same as I take Massive Belly Fit. Yeah, that's fair. Creamer is reserved for Christmas pudding. I'm not a fan of Christmas pudding, but that's only because I don't really like sultanas or raisins, and that's like 80% Christmas pudding. The rest is a sponge, which I can get down with, and then the other 80%, because that's maths, is brandy, which I'm also not a massive fan of.
See, my parents are also Cornish, so Cornish clotted cream tends to be bought out every single pudding, and I always ignore it and go straight for the custard. My nephew and I are the same person, though, because he will just drink the entire packet of custard.
When you said cream, I did forget that your family is Cornish, and that you're not talking like double cream, which is what my mum would be all up about. You're talking about
the actual
cream. Yeah, fair enough. I understand now. No, that's fair. I was here in my mind thinking, who pours double cream all over a crumble? Disgusting. But no, you're talking about classic cream. That's different. That's fair.
Well, I'm not talking about like squirty cream.
I would rather have squirty cream, but apparently somebody doesn't like whipped cream.
Oh, what?
Doesn't like it.
But that's okay.
But okay. I like it. I like putting it on hot chocolates and making myself feel fancy.
Yes,
If you go really fancy, you then sprinkle more hot chocolate over it. That feels really fancy. Ice cream, I'm from America. That's fair. That's fair. I hate showers, but I don't have a bathtub. That's fair. Loving the imagery, you're welcome. I'm nothing if not a storyteller, let's be honest. And yeah, I think the bath is draining and I get out and nope, still water. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So like if usually I pull the plug and get out at the same time. So it's not a problem. But sometimes I'll pull the plug and I'll wait for it to drain and then I'll stand up and another tsunami follows. Like what I want to know is, how's it staying there? Because like I understand at the sides, right? But like in the nook of my back, is there that much space behind me? I don't understand.
Apparently so.
Is custard thick? Yeah.
Well, okay, so different types of custard. Fresh custard versus tinned custard versus cartoned custard. They all have different thickness, and fresh custard, you can drink it. Oh my God, please don't. I don't want to see my face like this.
I felt like you wanted a platform about your custard, so.
Well, I just wanted to say, like, yeah, custard is thick, but.
Well, it's really funny because it used to be a case of you used to get powdered custard. That was like the norm. And my grandparents, both my grands, used to love making custard. But my nan on my dad's side would make it so thick you had to use a knife to slice it. And my nan on my mum's side used to make it too watery. It was runny. It was basically cream. And it used to be a running joke that depending on which house you were going to dinner for would depend on what kind of custard. But they would use the exact same amount of like powder and milk or eggs or whatever it is to make it. But they would somehow end up with these very different custards. I like your classic ambrosia from a tin. Happy days.
Yeah. And that's the thickest custard, so it's fair. And that's thick with 2 seeds.
Thick with 2 seeds. I also really enjoy, because ambrosia, I don't even know if the company's called ambrosia, if it's just like the ambrosia that they call it, but they do a chocolate one as well.
That is you're correct on the brand. They are called ambrosia.
Sweet.
And the strawberry one is also delicious too.
I don't like making anything homemade because it never tastes as good as I want it to. I like eating though. Does that count? I hope that counts. Lizzie the custard queen.
I will take that crown and wear it with pride. Because you're not the custard queen, I'm the mayo queen. So like, I'd rather be a custard cream. Custard cream? Yeah, give me one of them.
You're a custard cream.
Oh, you call me the fucking custard queen now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one will see it until I've taken that down. I literally don't know the difference, but okay. Difference between what different types of custard, different kinds of cream? What's going on? What products do we need to help you with? That's the question. Scones are great, by the way. I had a blast on holidays in England. Yeah, scones are great. I have bought scones for this house a couple of times with the plan that we would sit and eat them and have like a great time. And both times that I've bought them, I've eaten them. And then they've gone off because Lizzie and my other flatmate who's moved out, Danny, just didn't bother eating them.
Well, I grew up eating scones and they're not my favourite. And everyone argues about what should go on top and what should be on the bottom. I don't care. Just sandwich them together. You'll never know.
For me, it doesn't matter which goes on top and bottom. It depends on the consistency of the scone. Because if the scone's really crumbly, you need to put the cream first because it will hold it together. But if it's not, you can put the jam first. And if it's warm, put the jam first because it will melt. And then you don't have to put as much cream on top.
Well, I always think of jam as a spreadable item. So that used to go on the bottom. But I never know which is correct. Because I lived on the border between Devon and Cornwall. And people who are not British will have no idea what this means. But Devon and Cornwall are next to each other on the southwest of the UK. And they hate each other. And they try and outdo each other in everything. These two tiny little counties that actually mean sweet FA to anything. But they argue about the Devonshire way of making a cream tea versus a Cornish way of doing it. And I can never remember which is the right one because I grew up on the border, and depending on who I spoke to, very much depended on how we had a scone.
Here's how we do it in Kent, right? Do you want to know how we do a Kentish cream tea?
You're gonna just destroy everything, aren't you?
We go to Marks and Spencer's and we get the ready-made stuff. We get the sandwiches, we cut them in half, and we call it a fucking day. I'm only speaking the truth here. I find it really funny that you're like, scones are really boring, because I feel like, in my mind, scones and biscuits, like the American dough things, are the same thing.
But I think scones are sweeter.
Yeah, they're sweeter, but I don't know that they're sweeter in the US. You can get cheese scones, you can get savoury scones. Whereabouts in the US are you, Skylar? Tell me. Tell me and help me. Because I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I just read that comment and it really it really shocked me. Because I forget, I feel like this is like the squash conversation all over again.
Yeah, trying to explain what squash is, or cordial, or anything like that. Went to holiday. Yeah, it's a nice place. Unfortunately, Lizzie's from there though.
Yeah, it's awful.
Nice.
Oh, I grew up on a little offshoot from the Tamar, and I got really damp walking it once, like the actual River Tamar, because for some reason one of my friends wanted to go wading, and then I am short, so I swam quite a lot of the Tamar.
Nice. Wisconsin. Nice. I need to remember where that is, like geographically. I feel like it's up.
I feel like it's up, but I wasn't confident. Let me just.
But I wasn't confident. Did you not hear how confident I sounded there, Lizzie? I obviously knew straight away. I'm thinking it's up. The river is so ugly.
I mean, don't shame it. Oh, okay, it's near Chicago, but Chicago isn't in Wisconsin.
Wait, so say that bit again?
It's near. Okay, wait.
Great start, Lizzie. Good work.
So I was looking at this map, right?
Yeah.
And I saw Chicago, but Chicago isn't in Wisconsin. Then I saw Minneapolis. That also isn't in Wisconsin. Milwaukee is, though.
Okay.
And Madison.
Uh-huh.
And it's in between Minnesota and Illinois.
Oh, okay.
And Iowa and Michigan and Indiana. It's like around there.
Interesting. Okay. So does that make it Midwest?
Yeah. No, wait, no. Because it's near, I think it's too north to be Midwest. I don't fucking know. I don't understand.
Let me get a map up, because clearly, Jesus Christ. To be fair, I can't say anything because I'm not even that good at. Oh no, it's not Midwest. It's nowhere near. For a start, it's not in the mid, so I don't know why you said yes. And two,
no, I said it's too north to be mid.
It's northeast. That's how the compass works. It's northeast. No clue. That makes me feel better. You live there, so. I dreamt about visiting the River Tamar since I was 11, since I did a presentation on it for class. It was an iconic river to touch by someone called Tamar. I'm sorry it was so ugly for you. I failed history and geography, so I don't know. Same. Hard. Same.
That might be my favourite thing that's happened on a sprint. Trying to work out where Wisconsin is, and nobody knows.
Not a clue. Not having a Scooby. Not an idea at all. Jesus. Right, I'm going to throw another sprint on because I need to pack up some boxes and get stuff ready to go to the post office. So I will see you all in half an hour. And hopefully in half an hour, we'll know where Wisconsin is.
Not likely.
Hey, hey, hey. I can unmute you. I'll unmute you. You stay there. No, I can't unmute you because you muted yourself. Soz. I was going to try and unmute you, but...
Got it. He has well and truly made himself comfortable.
He looks so snug. He looks so snug.
Well, I'm glad one of us is comfy because I'm not. I had to move a little bit because he was choking me at one point, and I was like, I can't breathe. This is not okay.
Well, apparently, if they sleep that close to your face, it's because they see you as their parent and they're waiting for you to groom them. Amazing. Right. How'd you get on?
I think I only read like 10 pages. Because I really can't read one-handed, so I'm tempted to put an audiobook on.
You might have to, because or you might get fussy. You might get fussy and leave.
I doubt it.
You never know.
But I might put my audiobook on and like play some games on my phone or something, because I literally can't hold it up. And I'm really gutted because I'm absolutely loving this book, and like more and more things are being like discovered is the word I was looking for. But like I'm 100 pages in, and like not actually a lot has happened, but it's kind of delving into like this madness that this doctor who's being cut off from his hive mind is like feeling.
Right.
And he's just like, I'm waiting for more of me to appear because he's called for help, so all of his buddies are coming to help him. And I'm just like, I'm loving watching this descent into madness from this like weird creature that we don't even know where it came from, having met another weird creature that is growing with his head, and I'm like, I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much. And they were talking about like these ancient humans that like hid in the caves away from like the sky that tried to kill their ancestors, and I'm like, what happened? Please just tell me how the earth destroyed itself. I want to know.
I will die when it doesn't, when it never explains it. It's just really creepy.
It won't explain it. And if it does, I will be amazed. But I want to know.
Fair. Well, Tamar's happy to talk more Cornwall and Devon things with you, just so you know. Apparently, it is described as the Midwest, even though it's quite clearly Northeast, but that's fine. Google says it's Midwest. They're currently laying on the floor. I hate that for you. I can only assume it's because you've overdone it and your back hurts more, and I hate that for you. 50 more pages, good. Love that I can change. 25 pages, nice. I put things in the dishwasher and cleaned up the house a bit. Stop doing that. Rest.
Every single sprint that I've seen you comment on, you're always being really productive, and I'm just like, chill out. You're okay.
Chill out. Don't. Slow down. Slow down. I'm gonna do the dishes on the next sprint. No, you're not. You're gonna sit still or lie on the floor, stretch out your back, and just be gentle with yourself, please. 20 pages, and you're loving the book. Good. I'm sorry if you all said you're reading, but what are you reading? Lizzie is reading Leech, which she would get for you, but she can't show you the front cover. So.
Is that upside down?
No, it's the right way up. But you keep moving it, but sure.
I can't get the front cover because the dust jacket is on that bookcase and I can't move. I'm sorry.
That's fair. And I am doing an audiobook of the last, almost recent Thursday Murder Club book, which is The Bullet That Missed. This is my swanky edition that's got sprayed edges. We love that. But I'm also packing boxes. I've packed 2 of them.
Whoop, whoop.
I had 6 that were already packed. I just need to pay for them now. So I'm really worried that I've left it too late and they're not going to get picked up tomorrow.
Which would be a bugger.
Speedy. I'm gonna throw us back into another sprint pretty quickly just so I can make sure. And I might do 45 minutes so that it ends towards like 9 o'clock and then it'll be done. And then I can read and chill out for a little bit. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. My mum had a big full back in her stomach pains. Oh, that's a shame. But it's really frustrating that it wasn't home for 3 days. The house is a huge mess. I don't understand how people can make mess without you. You'd be amazed. Lizzie and I did like a massive cleanup like 2 weeks ago. You can't tell. You can't
No.
tell. I was in a state.
To be fair though, I tidied my room up.
Yeah.
My room looks okay now.
But we don't live in your room. You live in your room. The kitchen, the bathroom, and the living room are a fucking state.
I know I need to clean the kitchen.
And at least one of those things is your responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I need to clean up the the kitchen, not the bathroom.
You need to do the kitchen and you need to do the stairs.
I did the stairs and they're already a mess again.
Yeah. And that's your cat.
You and your fur. I'm hoping this new stuff will stop him ripping out his fur.
Yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't know this, Lizzie and I live together. Lizzie is literally in the room below me.
I am indeed.
Yeah, I moved in Feb. And then I made life for Lizzie absolute hell as consistently as possible.
It was the absolute worst when Hannah moved in.
Mm.
We really don't like each other, if you couldn't tell.
We can't stand each other. We have to be in different rooms. They're sisters. We're not sisters. We're not sisters. We might as well be, but we're not sisters.
Yeah,
we
we're not.
Irritate each other. We irritate each other enough, you know?
Yeah, we do. We push each other's buttons as if we were sisters. We are not, unfortunately, related.
Unfortunately, would you like to be related to me?
You'd be better than my bloody sister. You'd be a nicer sister than mine.
Aw, thanks, bud.
It's when my sister comments like, "Oh,
I've been here the whole time."
Oh shit!
No one tell Lizzie. Let's keep that between us. Right, I'm going to throw us straight back into another sprint because I need to finish packing boxes. But I'll see you guys in 45.
Can you mute me?
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh,
Are you being groomed or is he grooming himself?
he's doing himself, but he's pinned my hand, so I literally only have one hand now.
Good. Well, I have packed up all my stuff. That's all prepped and ready to be picked up tomorrow. They are going to pick it up at 11:30, which we love to see. And I am struggling to stay awake, but I did also manage another 6 or 7 chapters of my audiobook because they're really short chapters.
That's great. I did 2 chapters of my audiobook. And I read about 5 pages of Leech before I was then pinned again.
That's fair. That's fair. Siobhan managed 71 pages and nicely done. Tamar, I did a batch of dishes. Did you do a lingo and put some clothes? Finally you can relax. Ashley's here. Hello, Ashley. And I'm off to watch Drag Race for. You're very welcome. Very welcome for the sprints. I don't know if it's worth us doing one more or if we should just call it there, because to be honest, I am falling asleep. So I think if I am going to listen to any more audiobook, it will probably be from the comfort of my bed. Obviously, you're not going anywhere, so I could just leave you here if you wanted.
No, that's okay. I will do something. I can feed him soon. But I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the sprint, he literally had his entire butt on my face.
I did it because I was packing boxes, but that's hilarious.
And he was like pinning me like this with his butt right here. So I managed to kind of push him over a little bit and I stood up. But then he just went on my back. So it was my butt. And you have my butt on screen with him just like chilling out. And then I tried to get him on the bed. And then he like dug in his claws. But please don't. I need to stand up for like a minute. You're really like, I'm in pain. And then I realized he had no interest in me. He just wants this chip. It's nothing to do with me.
Fair.
And
gone.
I sat down and he immediately jumped back up on me. So
that's where he wants to be. That's fair.
He's really angry. I don't know if you can see that tail going.
I can.
I don't know why you got me.
Just because he's a grumpy boy. Well done, Ashley, for your 13 pages. Well done, Skylar, for your 27. I haven't picked up my book today, so I'll read anyways. That's fair. I do feel bad that you've like spent all of these sprints doing chores, and now that you're like, I'm ready to read, I'm like, cool, I'm ready for bed. Still on page 78 of the Detective Agency. I'm not sure if it's worth a reread so far. That's fair. So for those of you who don't know, Tamar's reading the Ladies Detective Agency, which is like set in Africa, and it's written by a white man. And I don't know if it's worth a reread. I'm worried it's going to be really problematic, but I really enjoyed the audiobooks as a kid. So I've been tempted to pick it up, but I think it just needs to be one from my past that I'm like, I remember it fondly, but I will not be reading it again. Do you know what I mean? Just leave it there.
Sorry, I can just feel Blue breathing through his nose and it's going directly onto my hand. And also he's just moved, so one of his legs is now even holding this arm down. Just on the other side.
It's fine, I'll just talk to myself. It's fine. Baby the Twins, you're very welcome. And the laughs, you are welcome. Right, okay, Lizzie, anything you want to shout out before I close this live?
I'm going to do sprints tomorrow at some point. Probably just going to be me. So, because Hannah is ditching me and playing D&D and I've got nothing else to do. So I'm going to run some sprints.
Yeah.
Probably around 6:30-ish, the same time as the sprint. So yeah, if you want to come and have some more sprintos tomorrow, there'll be some on my channel.
Sprintos are a good time. I want to shout out Gothtober hoodies. Gothtober's over, I know that, but the hoodies are so cozy. So if you didn't order yourself one, you still can. They are still on Waypoint. And also, if you treat yourself to a book, you're supporting me and my content. How great is that? What is Lizzie's channel? Her channel, excuse me, is Lizzie as Elf. But to be honest, you're better off looking up Middle-earth-a-thon. Because if you look up Lizzie as Elf, loads of like Elf on the Shelf stuff comes up first. because as much as I've tried to convince Lizzie to change their YouTube name to something more searchable, she refuses. So if you look up Middle Earthathon, you'll find her channel there. It'll be a lot easier for you, just so you know.
Look, all the bookish Lizzie stuff has already been taken by someone else.
Look, we came up with like 6 different options for you to change your name to, and you
I hated all of them.
Maybe you should find like a way of getting custard into the name.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Ow,
Yeah.
blue. Ow.
The custard reader, custard and books, book stripping and custard.
No.
Just off the top of my noggin. There's so many opportunities there.
I don't hate custard and books, but then I feel like I need to make custard content, and I'm not doing that.
I need to make custard content. You don't. You just need to have a better YouTube name.
Excuse me.
You're excused. All right. Something Merlin inspired. There you go.
It's not a bad shout, Tamar, but I'm just terrible. And Lizzie herself has been a part of me for so long now. I'm like, I don't think I can be taken away from it.
Go. Let it go.
I'm not Elsa, so I don't need to.
Aha! Ah ha ha!
Also, can we just appreciate how adorable Blue is right now?
Blue is like hella cute. Blue is hella cute.
Specifically right now, because he's on a position that's not hurting me for once.
That's nice. I'm gonna ruin it. I'm gonna come downstairs and ruin it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you very soon. Lizzie will see you tomorrow, but I don't know when I'll see you, so it'll just be soon. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.